How's it going, guys? Back with another Mustang video. So I want to hop on here today and give you guys a decent little update. As you can see, the car is home in its new home. For those of you who are just tuning in, the car has been at the Dyno Tune shop for almost 3 months now. It's been a whole roller coaster ride, you know, issue after issue. So I'm finally happy to get it home. If that piques your interest, go back and watch some previous videos. I'm not going to really get much into that in this video, because I do have a decent amount to cover. As you can see, the hood is currently up, but I'll get into that later on in this video. So like I said, if you've been tuning in and watching video after video that I've been putting out, you know that I've been trying to get this garage ready, set up for the car before it got home. You know, I just moved into this place about 2 weeks ago. So I'm coming from a small garage where I couldn't even fit the car all the way in the garage. It'd only be like the front half to work on the car and stuff like that. So that was a hassle. I think I do have, you know, a few videos on that. Not really much, but go back and watch those if that piques your interest. But anyways, so I've been working on these walls for a little bit. It was my first time using that dry deck stuff. I had to patch some holes. You can see all these little things. It was way worse. There was stains, there was dings, it looked like somebody, you know, used a hatchet. Best way I can explain it, all the way around. It was just stained with oil and all kinds of stuff. So I actually utilized some paint that I already had, white, and I went around and painted it all. So it looks way better than what it did. It was just a major eyesore. As you can see, there's, you know, just some little stains here and there, but I'm definitely going to clean that up soon. So yeah, let me give you a little roundabout. I did put some shelving up to utilize some of the space. I don't really like much on the ground. So I've been organizing, and, you know, like I said, if you've been staying, you know, tuned and watching all the videos, you know that there was a lot of boxes, a lot of totes and stuff like that, just stuff everywhere. So I've been slowly organizing stuff. I've had to, you know, do that in the house as well. So I actually put in a couple shelves here. I got my workbench, some toolboxes and stuff like that. I actually put this up today, hung that up on the wall. So I got all my stuff there. So yeah, actually let me give you guys a decent size comparison here. It's a 2-car garage. It's pretty spacious, way bigger than the other one that I've had. The other one's, I would call that an embarrassment, to be honest, but yeah. So I actually also put in some of these lights that I actually got from Harbor Freight. Let me show you. I actually got one right here too. They're pretty bright. Let me go turn that one on too. And boom, you can see it lights up the whole garage. It came with just this one light, and there's a little dinky little light on the garage opener. But I put one right there, one right there. This is actually what I actually ended up getting. They're pretty bright. I picked them up from Harbor Freight. I was gonna get the, I believe it's the 10,000 ones. It comes with the 4 bulbs, but they were currently out when I went. So this was the next, you know, big thing. So I actually like them. They plug in. You can actually connect them together if you want to just run a bunch of them. But I'm thinking about possibly putting another one, either right here or right there. I might swap out the 10,000 and put this one over there. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've been looking at a bunch of lighting and stuff like that, but this is going to do for now. I just wanted some brighter LED lights in here for now. Yeah. So To update you guys also, I've been doing a few things to the car. I did, like I said in some previous videos, I do post this to my TikTok and stuff. So some of the videos were shorter that I didn't post to my channel. I posted them on my TikTok. And I think I made a couple shorts or, yeah, stuff like that. But I actually ended up putting in a new fuel filter on this K&N one. And this is the old one. I wish that it would show up, but yeah, that was the old one. And the gas was just, the fuel was literally like rusted out. It was very bad. And you know, it was clogged and everything. So that was definitely needed. It was definitely a fun little job. I wish I could have got that on camera for you guys, but I'm just gonna fill you guys in on the updates and stuff like that here and there. So, like I said, I think I did make a couple shorts and stuff like that. So, go in there and watch those. But yeah, as of right now, you guys can see that the hood is open. So I've been trying to track down a slight little issue with the car. It's been having a like light surge, jerking at lower cruising speeds. So what I actually ended up doing, didn't get much on camera. I actually went in, let me see here, and checked the voltage on the TPS sensor. That actually ended up being pretty good, around 0.95, 0.96. So that was fine. I was thinking that it was possibly going to be that because when I installed my new throttle body a few months ago, I never did adjust that, but I guess it just adjusted itself. But I was hoping that it was going to be that. And what I ended up actually doing a couple days ago was taking the spark plugs back out, cleaning them up a little bit, and re-gapping them. I had them gapped at 0.32, so I actually ended up re-gapping them to 0.30. So hopefully that's going to help. I haven't test drove it yet. Haven't really had much time to take the car out, but it's running and idling smooth. But that is the slight little issue that I'm having with the car. That slight jerking when I drop off the throttle and I'm just cruising in like city limits and stuff. It'll do like a little jerk, and then wide open throttle and stuff like that, getting up in highway speeds and stuff like that. Perfect. Car runs smoothly. That is the only issue that I'm currently having right now, and I'm trying to track that down. So hopefully, like I said, I haven't took it on a test drive yet. I'm still wrapping a couple things up. Tightened down the coil packs. The coil packs were a little loose, so I don't know what the tuner was doing in there and stuff like that. I know that he mentioned that he had to tighten down the fuel rail a little bit because I am running the Dorman intake manifold, unfortunately. I do plan on swapping that out eventually, but with this intake manifold, you actually have to use tapping screws to get those coil packs into the intake with the plastic, which is such a weird setup. I definitely don't like it. So taking those in and out, you're obviously gonna, run into some issues. But right now, they're on there pretty decent. But literally, I was able to shake those a few of those coil packs. They were really loose. But right now, so yeah, I'm hoping that's my issue. I don't know where I'm gonna go after that. I don't think I have any vacuum leaks. I don't think I have any boost leaks or anything like that. I have no engine codes whatsoever. And like I said, I just swapped out that fuel filter the other day. Took that on a test drive before I did all that. And the car ran smooth. Yeah, that fuel filter was really bad. It was clogged up. I poured it out, and you could just see all the rust. The fuel tank is fine. When I put the pump in there, I looked down in there. There's no rust or anything like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a decent update. I think I'm just rambling on, but hopefully you guys are liking the content. If so, drop a like, follow, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I would definitely appreciate it, guys. It keeps me pumping these videos out for you guys. So yeah, if I see people actually tuning in and actually enjoying, dropping comments, likes, stuff like that, I'll keep on busting it out. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things for the car. I got, a few videos in my mind that I want to bust out, but currently right now, I'm trying to just get this fine dialed in, running smooth. Just got it back. Took it back, actually, if for the ones that are just tuning in, I've actually taken it back to the dyno, the tuner, a couple times. He actually, cut the car loose and said it was ready, drove it around. It wasn't ready, obviously, and then the tuner can't find anything, to be honest. So he said the fuel is perfect, the spark is perfect. He actually had one of his mechanics, because it's like a whole shop. There's a few guys in there, a bunch of cool dudes. He actually had one of the mechanics get in and, drive it. And he said that he drove the heck out of it for about an hour, and it got with it. So, I don't know. He said the car was good. Oh yeah, actually, on another note, because I do... Wait a second. Find my keys real quick. So I do have an aftermarket shift knob. Let me get in the car real quick, sorry. So I do have this aftermarket shift knob. And what he was mentioning, because I have this, I don't know if you could see it. Oh no, that's not. Oh, that's kind of coming up. You can see I have this aftermarket little toggle switch for the overdrive. So he actually mentioned, because every time that I would turn the car on, the overdrive off button would already be on, which is weird, I know. And then I'd have to hit that toggle over and back, and then the light would come off the dash. So he mentioned there might be some miss signal or something like that going to the transmission, so that's why there is a light jerk. So what I actually ended up doing is underneath here, I took this all apart, because I'm not going to run that stock shifter. For those of you who know, with the automatic shifters, they are ugly, they're hideous, and they just feel weird. I like this. It's a push button. It's a Momo shifter, Momo Racing, so I actually like it, and it's aluminum, and it's heavy, so it's not some flimsy plastic. But anyways, what I actually ended up doing was taking this all off, and I actually wired back in that stock shifter, and I put it underneath here, because I never use the overdrive anyways, if I'm being entirely honest. I never press that button whatsoever, or use that button. I never turned it off or anything like that. So I actually ended up putting it back underneath here. I wired it all back in, put it underneath here, closed it all back up, and now when I turn the car on, it's like stock, basically. That light ain't on the dash, so I don't got to deal with that. So maybe the signal will be perfect again. Like I said, I haven't taken the car on a test drive in a couple days. I did all this within like 2 days, guys. I did this, I wired it all in perfectly, put it all back together, and then I did the spark plugs. Here, let me get out of here. Did the coil packs. So I did the shifter, I did the coil, or tightened up the coil packs, TPS, voltage, spark plugs, regapped them, you know, did all that stuff in 2 days. So yeah, this video is getting pretty long. I'm pretty sure that I have a few other things, but I can't think of it at the moment because I'm trying to cover it all for you guys. This garage is coming along. I'm gonna do some better lighting. The lighting's, obviously you can see perfectly right now. So the walls are coming along. I'm getting some shelving in here. I just got to do some more organizing, pick up all this stuff. Maybe hang up some more tools and stuff like that on the walls, maybe right over here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this area right here, but there's a lot of storage up in there, so I utilized that. But the car has its own space now, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm, you know, working on the car and stuff like that. I can open the door, you know. It's a perfect temp in here. The last garage didn't have a great seal. There was holes in the roof. It was just crazy. But like I said, hopefully you guys are liking the content. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and like always, guys, thanks for watching this video.